and you can tell that it is a forced nature upon them. If it was a natural, inherent part of their being, they wouldn't have to assert themselves so aggressively over other people. And I always go back to this perspective of like why so many men join the military. And obviously, like there are class reasons for this. Poverty is one of them, economic status is one of them. But men like to be told what to do. They like to take orders. They like to know the list of things that they need to do, and then they just do them. They're not the ones who are out there like strategizing. They are the doers in the narrative. I think about this in heterosexual relationships as well too, because men want to be perceived as head of households, and yet they don't know where shit is in the kitchen. They don't know where shit is at the grocery store. They don't know how to take care of their children without the mother of the child being there. They're always looking to the women in their lives to tell them how things operate. Not only do they do this with their mothers, but they also do this with their wives, and then also their daughters.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys from a relationship therapist of all people that said that women make better leaders than men.
Bruh.
Yeah, I know. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
I stand by the opinion that men are not inherent leaders, that they are not meant to be leaders.
Literally, they're not. And I really didn't want to say this, but like I was so scared to say this because I already know like people are just gonna come for me. But I'm a relationship therapist, and so I couldn't scroll past this video and not say anything. From my experience, the couples that are the strongest, most successful, longest lasting are the ones in which the woman is the leader of the relationship. Since the dawn of time, there's been so many women leaders that have been like in the Bible and in ancient Egyptian, whatever. Like women's were always just the head of the game. I think somewhere down the line, society made it a thing to like reverse roles and say that men were the providers and the protectors. I think it's a societal thing. I don't think it's instinctive or natural. Because like that other creator was saying, I stitched a video so you could go back and watch it. If it was a natural thing, and I actually wrote a video about this in my notes a couple months back, probably like October, and I was going to say something, but I got scared and I never posted the video. But since she did it, let's really just talk about it. If it was a natural thing, it wouldn't be forced. We wouldn't be having 50-50 conversations. We wouldn't be trying to remind men to do it. It would have been natural. It is more, from my experience, what I've observed with couples, it is more, common for men to want to be told what to do. Even when we look at the most powerful couples, there's always like a man who is kind of just like taking the lead of his wife. He might be the face of something, but it's evident that he's taking the lead of his wife. Wife is the brains of the operation. Okay, I wanted to give a really quick example. So take LeBron James and Savannah James. It is evident that LeBron is out all the time doing what he needs to do while Savannah is at home actually running their family system. So LeBron is the face of the system, but he goes out and he gets the money, quote unquote, providing, but he brings it back home to Savannah in order for her to successfully water and grow their family system. LeBron is the face and the provider while Savannah is the operator. And it's genius. It's a great system. Like Obama, for example, Obama and Michelle, he's very open about first of all, he introduces himself as, I am Michelle Obama's husband. And secondly, he is very open about the fact of, that Michelle ran the country and he was just the face. We notice that when a man is really, confident in his identity, he's much more likely to behave as Obama. And it's so funny because men, because of society, I'm just going to write it off to societal, norms.
Oh, yeah, of
Because
course.
of society, men feel like they have to be dominant. They have to be the one to make all the decisions. But ironically enough, when they are in that position, they are uncomfortable. I don't make the rules. This is just what I see. I do want to say that men are, at their best when they're protecting. I could give them that. But when it comes to leading, if we just look at where society is going today, the best companies are being ran by women. We don't talk about it because, society has always wanted to women, and women don't get jobs and women don't get the CEO positions, but they do. So for my men out there, if leading doesn't feel natural to you, just find you a dominant woman that is willing and able to lead. And it won't be hard because naturally women are leaders. And dominant doesn't mean dominant over you. It just means confident, certain, sure, emotional, but the good kind. Because if you're able to tap into your emotions effectively, you can make the best decisions. But yeah, you guys are safe kings. You don't have to lead the whole entire herd. Women can do it too. As humans, we're actually both masculine and feminine. As a human being, you should be able to operate from both places. But, society says men can only be masculine. And I see that ruining relationships every single day because it's really hard to feel like you have to be something that you're just not. So men feel like they have to be something that they're not, while women are expecting men to be something that they're not. And it's just causing all unnecessary conflict. So let's just, as a community, as a society, come together and realize that men are not always going to be the leaders that we want them to be.
I find it pretty ironic that her stance is that women are better leaders, but at the end of the video, she wanted to call men kings. Last time I checked, a king was above a queen, but I digress. But the problem with this argument is that it is extremely flawed because there are some traits that, especially today's women possess, that would make them horrible leaders. The main one, and I'm pretty sure a lot of guys are probably thinking the same thing as me already: accountability. Women have a big issue with accountability. Can you please explain to me how in the hell women can be better leaders than women? I mean, women can be better leaders than men, but y'all don't want to take accountability for anything when shit hits the fan. Does that make any sense to you guys? Women are better leaders, but we don't like taking accountability for anything. How the hell can you be a leader if you don't take accountability for anything? If you're the one making the decisions and shit go wrong and you don't want to take accountability, how does that make you a good leader? Please explain that to me. And another reason why I think this is flawed is because the difference between men and women leaders is that women tend to do what's in the best interest for themselves. Men tend to make decisions as far as what is the best interest for the group as a whole. This is why typically women divorce far more than men do, because women put their happiness first and set aside their husband and their family, when men literally sacrifice their happiness for the sake of keeping that family together because they know how important it is for the children. However, women will put their happiness first before the children. This is why, in my opinion, I think if people are in a marriage and they no longer think that it can work, wait till the kids are old enough to where they can understand and then split. So at least they can have that experience of a two-parent household and have a better chance in their adult life. So that way they got somewhat of a good example. But to sit over here and try to say women are better leaders, and I just brought up those 2 points that I think are very, very valid, I don't know, man. You ain't making much of a case. Now, what I did do was I went on TikTok and I was like, let me see if this is really a thing. And my, oh my, I was shocked to see the amount of women that said the same thing. Check this out.
Men are not natural born leaders. That's one of the lies they tell you. They are not even natural born providers, because if they were, they will take care of their kid without going to court. Yes, they are stronger. And so, with their strength, they could use their strength to protect us if they choose, right? So, if they don't choose to be a provider, they won't be a provider. And if they don't choose to be a protector, they won't be a protector. But they are not natural leaders. Women are natural leaders. And it was like that before the Roman Catholic came and changed it. And it have been conditioned into our mind as women. But yeah, they're not natural leaders. That was one of the lies that was told to you.
Just go ahead and talk about why women make great leaders. You are a woman in leadership and you need a little pick me up. This is for you. For that, you are a woman in leadership because you make a difference. You, as a woman or as a mama, you know how to literally find that work-life balance. You find a way. You are a winner, and winners find a way. You find a way to make sure that you have time to be there for your kids or for your extracurriculars or whatever the hell it is that you want to do, and also get her done when it comes to your work. Because you understand that the people that you lead, it's a priority for you for them to have that same work-life balance. Okay, let's be honest. Women are way more empathetic than men. Not always, but a lot of the time. We have that intuitive feeling of being able to tap into what someone else is feeling and what their needs are. As women, we're great listeners. We know how to listen, not only to respond, but to listen and to say, I hear you. Doesn't always get the best rap, but we know how to multitask. So men are more compartmentalized, and women have the ability, the keen ability to multitask. They can start a project and have it going on over here and then also get something done over here on the other side. And that is something that is so big as leaders sometimes. We need to be able to multitask. Strong communicators. Most women are not going to sit there and like only give the silent treatment. They're going to tell you what's up, how they feel, and why they feel that way, and what needs to be done. So we're great communicators. This is a big one. We have the ability to handle crisis situations so well. Basically, putting out fires. That's what I do in leadership all day: is put out fires.
Hot take, but I think women are better leaders than men. I'm saying this because all the best leaders I had were women, and there's also a Forbes report confirming it. In the spirit of International Women's Day, here are 3 things that I learned from the best female managers I've had. Number 1, the best managers are really good at protecting the team from everything else. Favorite manager of all time, her name was Jen. This is when I was working as a consultant at EY. We had this toxic partner who would make us work late nights, weekends, you name it, we were working. There just came a point when this sweet, kind Jen, she was a senior manager at the time, stood up to this partner and said no. She said, if you need anything urgent, you can call me, but leave the team alone. And I loved her for that. Number 2, another hot take, but I think the best managers are friends with their teams. My past managers used to do that. We used to hang out outside of work, and I think that brings a good culture within the team. Number 3, I have learned from the best female leaders, life outside of work, family is number 1, that work can wait.
I'm going to prove to you with facts, not feelings, why women are better leaders than men. And if you're some insecure dude that's getting triggered by this, great. I want you to listen because I'm going to show you with numbers why we outperform you all day long. Korn Ferry did a study on the 5 traits that make a great leader, and women outperform men in every single category except one, and I'm going to get into the one. When it came to inspirational leadership, women were at the 54th percentile, while men were at the 47th percentile. Coaching and mentoring, women were at the 57th percentile, while men were at the 46th percentile. Organizational leadership, women 56th percentile, men 46th percentile. And adaptability, women were at the 54th percentile, while men were at the 48th percentile. The only place where women did not outperform men showing what's up was in emotional stability. And guess what? We were equal to the men. Yes, we were not more emotional to men, contrary to popular belief. Study after study shows that men and women are equally as emotional. Now, you may be wondering, well, it's great that we're outperforming men in all these categories, but does that equate to results? And the answer is yes, it does. Women entrepreneurs, in fact, outperform their male counterparts by over 113%. And out of the Fortune 500 companies, 41 of the CEOs are women, and they consistently outperform their male counterparts by an average of 123%. Yeah, 123%. So there you go. It's not just my opinion. It is complete fact that women are better leaders than men. So ladies, if you're intimidated to apply for that upper management job, you need to go ahead and do it because the dude next to you is not going to be as good as you. You will outperform him and go get what is yours and continue to prove that women are better leaders than men.
And let me tell you, there were a few people in that last lady comments asking for the link to those stats and where she got them from. And as expected, she didn't leave the link or anything at all. So we can't really confirm whether those numbers are true or not. However, I will say this though, and this is pretty and it's funny because it's so easy to debunk because I've already covered this. As a matter of fact, since you want to throw out stats, they had did a study a while ago and about 80% of the women said they would rather have a male boss than a female boss. I'll give you another example. In the United States, majority of the population are women. We had a woman run for president a while back. Why didn't Hillary Clinton win the presidential election if women make better leaders? Get where I'm going, bro? Why is it that y'all can sit over here and spit this rhetoric on TikTok or any other platform and try to say that y'all make better leaders, but it's been shown, and even I've proven on this channel, that women don't want women want men to be leaders more so than women. I remember even covering a video of a woman who said she doesn't even want to hire women. You're starting to see videos, y'all probably seen it on y'all feed, of women are losing jobs. Men don't even want to work with y'all. They don't want to do one-on-one conferences with y'all. Like, men are legit scared to work with y'all because of the Me Too movement. I just saw a video of a guy that got sent to HR simply because he went like, you know how you put your hand on somebody back, like, hey, can you go, you know what I mean? Like, and it was all the way up here. Like, it wasn't the lower back, it was way up here, damn near by your neck. And he still got sent to HR for sexual harassment. You feel me? So come on, man, let's stop the cap here. Anyway, I want to show you this last clip of a lady who goes against everything you just saw. Let's keep it moving.
Feed him, leave him alone. This is just an opinion, but I'm sure most men will agree. Do you want to know why marriages are falling apart? Do you want to know why over 50% of divorces happen? People seem to forget the pecking order. And I know this is going to come off so up, and people are going to call me a misogynist and a pick me, and you guys have already called that. Yeah, they picked me and I love it over here. So
Okay.
It goes God, your husband, and then your kids. Do not mishear me. I will unload a hole for my children. I will go to prison and I will smile in my mugshot. My kids will always come first, to a sense. I am actually not religious. Don't let the tattoos fool you. And for the ones that you're about to see, because I'm getting some saints done, I believe in God. I do not with organized religion. I pray every morning for everything I have. And I pray every night. My husband runs this house. Don't get it twisted. I have a hell of a lot to say when it comes to my shit. And if I put my foot down, I'm like, babe, no, it needs to be this way. And he knows I'm right. He'll say, okay. But if he has final word and he goes, no, you need to listen, I don't fight him. There's a lot of shit I know and there's a lot of shit he knows. But when it comes to brass tacks, that is my husband. He runs this house. He has final say in everything. And until you guys get that through your head, your children will not respect you. They will not respect him. Fighting will continue. Children will show no respect. And a lot of times when the kids and everybody's fighting is when divorce is caused. It goes God, your husband, and your children. I'm raising my children to be strong and smart enough so when they're older, they will leave me. I do not want them here forever. I'm not raising them to be mommy's boys and mommy's little princess. No, you're going to be a grown person one day, and I want you the hell out of my house having a life. With that being said, am I going to push them out at 18? Absolutely not. You live here as long as you want. I'm always going to be your mama. But you're not going to rely on me for shit. I'm teaching you to be independent. So one day, it will just be me and my husband. That is the person I'm spending the rest of my life with, not my children. They will have their own lives. God, husband, kids. Put it this way. Again, I make dinner most nights. This last week, not so much because it was like 100. I tried to turn on the oven and my husband yelled at me. So we did takeout. When he comes home and I make dinner, I make his plate first. I'm not serving my children. You see me taking care of your father because he is the head of the house. It's how my grandmother did it, how her parents did it. I take care of him. Don't get me wrong, my kids don't go without. He spoils them just as much as I spoil him. My kids will never want for anything. But when it comes to this life and the order, I'm begging you to understand. And if you don't believe in God and you don't mess with that, okay, cool. That's your boat. Don't worry about mine. Then it goes husband and kids. You don't want kids, then it's just your husband. In a full circle, if you want marriage to last, God, husband, children. That's all.
Listen,
Now I wanted to throw that in there, and shout out to Chishes there for that video. I wanted to throw that in there because of the lady that had mentioned the Bible. So yeah, I'm like, funny how you mentioned the Bible, but all of a sudden you forgot the pecking order. But in all seriousness, man, because this was another thing that I found very interesting, because even myself in the past, I cannot recall having a female boss that I liked. And I've had a lot of female bosses. I cannot recall a single one that I liked. And if I did like her, I probably just found her attractive, but more than likely didn't like her attitude. I've had a few female bosses that were attractive, but as far as like how they ran shit, no. Because typically they made, I hate to say this, but they never really made the best decisions all the time. And they tend, like I said earlier, they made decisions based off of emotions and not what was best for the group as a collective. And me being a former boss myself, whenever I would put, like, for example, I used to work in this one factory where we would be on an assembly line and we would be packing boxes and stuff. There were certain people that didn't want to be in certain spots where I would put them at. But the reason why I put them in those spots is because they were best for that particular spot. Now, if I was being emotional, I would have been like, oh, okay, go over here then. I'm gonna put you where I'm gonna put you where you want to go. Now all of a sudden, my line is running a lot slower. And now I got my boss down my neck because I'm putting you where you want to go instead of doing what's best for the group as a collective, the business as a collective, so that way we can get the most product out the door. But now we're not getting as much out of the door because I'm over here pandering to y'all feelings. That's the difference between female and male leadership from my experience. And I'm not a relationship therapist. And y'all may agree or disagree. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some women haters that like to watch me and hit the dislike button just for the sake of hitting the dislike button. Just so y'all know, y'all really ain't hurting me. Y'all only helping me push up the algorithm. So please continue to hit the dislike button if you don't like me. And let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel. Unplugged Traveler link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.